Greetings, a very relevant topic today, identity variance between the enterprise HR and the associated identity and access management tools. So to discuss and demo the problem and the UATest solution, we have Kashif, our Director of Deployment, and Garrett, our CEO.
Hi, Ashley.
First, Garrett, so what would you say the problem is?
Well, in most things, identity, it is usually a problem of the left hand not knowing what the right hand is doing.
What do you mean when you say that?
Most enterprises have a system which they call their identity store of record. This is the system that populates the users and assigns the roles. This is usually the payroll system or called the HR system. And most organizations have an identity system of enforcement. That is their IAM solution.
And these get out of sync?
Absolutely, actually, they get out of sync. Often, a big problem is an account is orphaned. The concept of orphan is a non-active user, someone who they think is suspended in the HR system, but is still alive in the IAM system.
So I take it this isn't the only problem, is it?
No, it's not. There's actually a bigger problem that comes up in security and in audit. Often, people think, great, I have this HR system, I created these roles, and those are the roles that I'm going to do all my enforcements on. Well, guess what? The HR system is not the enforcement point. It's the data points, the identity store of record. The IAM system is the enforcement point, and the roles get out of sync.
So it sounds like the IAM is enforcing garbage.
That is exactly right. It is enforcing, and it needs to be solved.
So how can we solve this? So what does UATest do now to remedy this?
Let me show one slide, and then Kashif is going to do what he does best. He's going to demo the wonderful UATest product. Okay, let me do this in real time. I'm going to share, and let's go right here and hit slideshow. And watch this, okay? So here is what UATest is doing. It says you have your HR, your payroll system. We imbibe this data, right? And as most people know about follow this, we're really good at the IAMs. We have all these wonderful, really solid SAML and OIDC connectors into the IAMs. Then our product does what it does best. We'll show you this in the demo. It looks at the information at the HR, and it looks at what's in the IAM, and it compares and contrasts. It compares for resistance, that's the orphan accounts, and for non-alignment in the groups and the roles, which is what you think you are enforcing. Kashif, take it away.
Thanks, Garrett. Ashley, let me just go ahead and share my screen. So please let me know when you can see it.
Yep, we see it.
Great. So here's the dashboard. And when you have your HR system as well as your IAM system in place, and you want to see the variance between the identities that exist on both sides or not, then here's the option under the audit via resources. We just go to HR-IAM resource variance, and this is where it lets you upload the data from your HR system. I'll just call it just for this demo, HR-IAM variance. And now I have all the data, the user data, all the IDs that have been created by the HR system on a CSV file, which I'm going to upload here, UATest. And on the next page, it will ask you for a few fields of information. For example, what's your identity store? Like what's your IAM that you're using within the organization? So if it's Azure AD or anything else, you just go ahead and select that. And then on the CSV file that you have uploaded from your HR system, just say, I want to compare the emails on the other side of the thing, which is the IAM you're using. So both emails on the CSV coming from HR compared with the email on the other side, which is the IAM, they're going to be compared, and you will see the contrast. You will see who exists on one side and not on the other, and the other way around, vice versa. Now, there are two criteria. One, you can compare all the users that you find on that HR system or on the IAM side. And also, you can find the group matching where you compare these IDs and look into the IAM groups if they exist within those groups and if they are relevant. So when you say IAM on user-based, the report that comes out, you will just provide your email ID, your organizational email, for example, this here, and the system will email that report out to you, which would look something like this. Now here in the report, this is the CSV I uploaded from the HR system. The UA test, however, has added column G telling you if any of these IDs exist on both sides or if any one of those is not available on either side of IAM in HR. Now, there are two sheets you will see on that report. One will be comparing the HR data with the IAM, and the other one, IAM versus HR. So whatever exists on HR and the IAM will be compared, and you will see the result in this format here, that these are available, these exist on both sources, or if something is not available out of the IDs that you have provided. Now, the second one here is the group matching criteria, where you will provide the target groups. For example, if you want to compare these IDs, the system to look into the sales group, or you say, well, I want to see the finance as well, if any one of these members or these IDs exist in finance as well. So if you select these two groups, email that report out to any email ID, this is what you're going to get. It's going to compare all these users coming from the HR system to these selected groups inside your IAM, and will let you know if any of these IDs exist on both groups or a single group. Maybe they exist on sales side, but not on the finance, or also if they're not available in any of these groups, it will also fetch that and let you know. And the other sheet, it will compare the group versus the HR data, and will show you that this ID exists inside the group in IAM, but not on your HR sheet. So once you have these results, you can easily identify the Orphan accounts on either side.
Wow, this is powerful stuff. You're checking for resistance and you're checking for group matching. This is really hard work that teams automated. Great stuff. Take it away, Ashley.
All right. So just contact us at info@uatest.com and we'll get you going on your identity audits. And what will this do? It'll reduce your exposure to an insider threat. So super important stuff. Looking forward to hearing from you all. Thank you.
All the best. Thank you.